What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hammerdown Motorsports. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Steve Fass, and here we are in the Hammerdown Motorsports shop, quarantine edition, just me here with the Ram Rebel, and I've got a little bit of an idea of something to add to the truck that I just kind of came up with today. I was out in my other shop where I've got a bunch of the stuff that I have in storage, and I've done a bunch of projects over the years, even before YouTube. This is kind of always what I've been doing ever since I've ever owned a car. So I do have a lot of kind of mixed matched ends of things that maybe I bought the wrong thing and I didn't return it, or just something that didn't fit a build, or I sold the vehicle and I took the stuff off, things like that. So I do have a few things laying around, and this kind of is one of those things. I didn't have to order this from online or anything like that. And I was kind of looking into maybe putting some lighting in the back, because when you back up with these trucks, it's kind of hard to see when it's dark out. I mean, we do have the LED reverse lights, and then I do have the cargo lights from Dynamics, but on the camera, on the screen, it's still kind of dark, and I think we could do a little bit better with that. So now I'm going to show you guys kind of what I mean. So back in 2013, I had a white JK Wrangler Unlimited, and I had these driving lights on, which actually worked pretty good. I had bought these custom brackets from Rigid Industries. These are Rigid Industries lights, and I bought them in white because obviously, well, as you can see, we have a white Rebel, we have a white Camaro underneath that cover, and I also had a white Jeep because it's kind of one of my favorite vehicle colors. So I bought the white lights, and now every project that I've been meaning to put these on, I'm kind of like, well, I don't know if the white works, because well, it kind of looks like something that should be maybe on a boat, or, I mean, it worked well on the Jeep, but usually a black light will blend nicely behind a grill or something like that. So these were kind of out of place and sitting in a box for a very long time. So now I had a little bit of an idea today when I was digging through some of my old stuff. And I found one of the factory brackets for these because, well, obviously I didn't think I was going to ever need them again. So I was able to find one of them. I know I have more laying around here somewhere. Just going to have to look for them. But we'll go around the back of the truck here, kind of show you guys what I mean. And I hope this isn't going to be too close to the exhaust, 'cause I know this probably is going to get pretty hot back here. But if you look up in there, I have one of my other pieces of mounting hardware that I'd ordered over the years that wasn't the right size. These are KC mounting brackets for a roll bar. And I believe these are 3-inch, but they fit perfectly on the hitch tube. And I kind of got it right here. Our exhaust is over here. And then when we mount our light, it would sit pretty much somewhere like that. Now, I'm not totally sold on this idea just yet, but I mean, I can kind of angle these down a little bit. I could space them down if I wanted to make sure that, you know, I have perfect clarity on the light. I'm not shining into the bumper or anything like that. Oop, I just popped that off, but this is kind of what it looks like anyway. I don't have the other half of the shell on there, but these bolt together and they're a pretty sturdy mount. But yeah, I don't know. I think with the white light kind of contrasting with the black bumper might kind of look cool. And I mean, if we don't like it, we can always take it off, but just kind of what I wanted to experiment with today. So I'm going to get this mounted up, and you guys can drop in the comments. Is this something we should keep and have some really nice reverse lights? Because these are like a driving spot combination. And if you turn these on for reverse lights, it would light up everything behind you. And it'd be nice for going on the beach if it's dark out or anything like that. You want some light in the rear. So yeah, let's get these mounted up and you guys can tell me what you think. All right, ran into a slight little issue. What I'm gonna do is just kind of have this turned down here a little bit, so then with the bracket, I can turn the light. It's gonna kind of sit in this position. I think that should give us enough gap between our exhaust so it won't get too hot. I guess we'll only know once we actually try it out. But I think it's gonna be high enough that anything that would hit it would hit the spare tire before it would hit that anyways. So we're kind of in a really good position over here. I do have to take out a little bit inside here. This is just a little bit too small, and I can't get both bolts started. I can get the top one started, but I can't get the bottom one started. So we've got a little bit of a gap here. So I'm gonna take my flapper wheel and just kind of take some of the plastic out, allow this to come closer together so we can get everything started, and we should have a nice solid mount. So here we have our mount in the vise. I have my flapper wheel. This actually fits in here really nicely. I'm going to put my die grinder on this, and then I'm just going to spin this inside here, make a little bit extra room, and hopefully we can make these bolts work. Unfortunately, I don't have any more of these Allen head style bolts. If I did, I'd be able to get a longer one and be able to kind of make up the difference between here and here, and it wouldn't be any problem at all. But hopefully, just by taking a little bit out of here, we can get enough clearance and get a thread started. And I know I said die grinder, but I think the drill will do the job as well. All right, everybody, we have our light mounted. You can see it is nice and straight. And the white, with the white on the bottom here, I'm not entirely sure about it just yet. I really want to see the truck on the ground. It's either going to complement it back here or it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. It's probably going to look better when there's two of them. Over here, I actually just put a black one just so we could see how that's all going to blend in. I mean, just kind of looking at this angle, I think this looks a little bit better, but I really do want to use these lights for something because it's kind of a waste to have these, you know, just sitting on a shelf somewhere. But if they do stick out horribly, then, well, we're going to have to do something about that. But they do stick in quite a ways, as you can see. They're pretty far underneath the bumper. So once we lower the truck down, we'll really kind of get the full picture of what these actually look like. These ones here, these are actually for another project as well. This is the Radiant style, so they're a little bit newer. They do have the little red backlights in them, so you can have those little red lights in the background on without having the beam on, and it's just kind of like a little bit of an accent lighting. So they're kind of cool for that. And I mean, it probably would look good back here as well. This one obviously isn't as bright as this one is. This one has the 6 LEDs. This one only has the 1 and then the backlighting. So it's hard to say really what we're gonna go for here just yet. Drop in the comments, and definitely once we get this on the ground, you guys are gonna see what it's gonna look like, and then we can make a decision from there. So now that the truck is down at ride height, it's a totally different story. At just kind of looking at the truck, you don't even see those lights at all. You have to come down all the way down to here to see them. So they definitely don't stick out nearly like they did before. I mean, if I go up here, like even if I was short, this is standing at like 4 feet. You walk by the truck, you can't even see them. So I don't think it's really gonna matter that I have the white ones down there. And I do have covers for them as well, so I might get a black cover for them. I do have white ones, but I mean, it's pretty cheap and easy just to be able to put a different color on there or something like that. But that should give us some pretty decent light. You can see the light is pretty well clear of the bumper, and basically we'll be able to illuminate everything back here. If we're backing in a trailer or something like that, or you're at the beach and you just want to light up the back area of the truck, I think it's actually a really nice way to use these lights, a whole lot better than having them sit on the shelf and collect dust. So I will wait for you guys in the comments. What do you guys think of our little backlighting system here? I think it's actually pretty stealthy. When I was underneath the truck, it did stick out a whole lot more, and now looking at it, it's pretty cool. And I'm very glad that I tried this out because I'm actually very much on board with keeping this on the truck at this point. But we're gonna go around to the front. I'm gonna show you guys how far we've gotten on the Switch Pros so far. So now we go over to the front of the truck here, and our Switch Pros module, I was planning on actually putting up here right by the battery, and I felt that it was just, there was a whole lot going on in here with wiring and everything like that. I didn't want to cover any of that kind of thing. So I did find a better spot. I took the cowling off here, and you can see I have this is actually the Switch Pros bracket that it comes with. And I was able just to drill a hole, use this bolt here. This is a factory bolt for the truck. And then I spaced it out here with 4 washers, just so you have enough room, because there's a screw, and then there's a nut on the back side. So you have to make sure you have enough clearance for that nut to exist back there without rubbing on anything. And then this is a picture of the bracket that I had to make. And that actually went onto the bottom of our factory Switch Pros plate, and then went down to another factory truck bolt, so we didn't have to drill any holes or anything like that or cause anything new. This is completely seamless if you ever wanted to take it off. And just took a piece of sheet metal, bent it in place so everything was where it needs to be, and then I primed and painted it so it won't rust, and everything should work out really nicely. And as you guys can see, this thing is in here solid as a rock using the factory hardware. Definitely the best way to do it. And you can see I have my fuse box open here, kind of give you guys a good view. I don't remember exactly which number fuse it is. You guys can see here with a bird's eye view. You see these 2 relays here. It is the one that's right above here. If you don't have air suspension, I don't think there's anything in this particular spot. And one thing is, this fuse tap did not come with our Switch Pros kit. They do give you fuse taps, but they're not the ones that fit the new Rams. These are, I think they are an ATC Mini Fuse 2. Wow, there's stuff hitting the roof. There's a whole lot of wind going on, and sticks and everything are flying everywhere. But anyways, this will be in the description. I think they're like a month out right now with the whole COVID thing going on, but you're definitely going to need one of these. This is going to be your keyed power to power up your system. So the truck, when it turns on, the whole panel lights up and all that kind of good stuff. Then over here we have our wiring for the Switch Pros. This plugs right into our module over here. And then we've got a whole bunch of wiring to do. There's a couple of trigger wires on here so you can have, when a function turns on, one of your accessories turns on or off. depending on how you want to set your system up. For me, I really like that because if I tap into our high beam, then when the high beam comes on, it tells the module the high beams are on, and I believe I can turn off the light bar just to kind of make it legal, and I shouldn't have any issues with any kind of inspections or anything like that, because when the high beams come on, that light will go off and we're good to go. Or if it doesn't matter for you, you can actually have it where your high beams go on and then the light bar goes on and give you all that light, which is actually a pretty nice function. And I think maybe if I wasn't going in for an inspection that week, I might just go into the app and turn that one on if I'm going down the beach. And that way I can have all my lights lit up at one time and give me as much illumination as possible. Well, everybody, that's where we're at with the Ram Rebel project. Obviously, like I said, I have some wiring to do on the Switch Pros, and I can't wait to share that with you guys once we get everything mounted and we can kind of play with all the different functionality of that. But we do have our new option in the back. Definitely drop in the comments, black lights or white lights in the back for a little backup kind of setup there. And definitely drop in the comments if there's any other accessories that I should put with that Switch Pro system as well that I haven't thought of maybe. I mean, we definitely have more options available. There's 8 switches total. I think I've got 5 of them spoken for, maybe 6. So drop in the comments if there's any more accessories that I should be dropping on this truck and make that whole switch panel filled up, and we can definitely have a whole lot of functionality with this vehicle and make it absolutely as awesome as possible. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe hopefully helped you guys out with some ideas for your own truck. And if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, keep that hammer down.